So the other thing I should say about chlorinated pools versus ozonated pools is the President of the United States swims in an ozonated pool. And he gives you and your children chlorine pools. Enough said. Enough said. It's time for this to change. Leaders are supposed to lead by example. If the President swims in an ozonated pool, which is far superior for human health, then why is he making you and your children swim in chlorinated pools, which are basically poison for human skin and human health? Change, okay? Switch all the public pools over to ozonated pools. Or the President's pool needs to be made a chlorinated pool. It's like there's something wrong here. If the so-called servant leader of the country swims in an ozonated pool whenever he wants, and you and your children, off the same public funds, are forced to swim in chlorinated pools, which is poison for the human body, there's something wrong with this picture. Okay? The President swims in an ozonated pool. Enough said. You should swim in an ozonated pool in the public schools across your country. So, notify Congress, notify the President, write to the President, write to your governor, write to your mayor, informing them of this great injustice of people's tax-paying money, and that this is hard to believe that this is going on. Remember, Europe has had ozonated pools for years. It's far better for human health and vivacity and every good thing I can name than chlorinated pools. The President swims in an ozonated pool. So should you. So, lobby your local congressman, whoever you can lobby today. Just start chirping your voice to get a non-chlorinated pool in your local town for your community, your family, you, your children, your wife, everyone you can name in your circle of influence. All I'm saying is everyone, there's no reason in the name of humanity that everyone in a developed country, in any country, should not have access to a non-chlorine infested swimming facility where they can have fun together with their friends and family while getting excellent life-giving exercise in God's ordained element of human life known as water. Okay? We were born out of water in our mother's womb. It's like we love to swim and get exercise therein. But we should clearly do so in a non-chlorinated environment, because that's what the President of the United States does at his private pool at the White House. Well, if that's the case for the best, the so-called elected official, the servant leader of the people, what do you think every single person across the country should have access to? A non-chlorinated pool. Ozonated. Naturally cleansed like they've had in Europe for years. So, toot your whistle, blow your horn, raise your voice, and get this issue fixed by means of serious lobbying. And just for the sake of health, for the sake of your children. You don't want to... Enough said. Enough said. Enough said. Get out of the chlorinated pools. Get into the ozonated pools. It's not a big cost to fix. It's like there's people, it's happening like around the clock. Like pools all over the world are switching from chlorine to ozonated. There's companies that are doing this like as we speak. It's like the most no-brainer decision any country could do for their health and vivacity of all their people nationwide is to switch any and all chlorinated pools they have currently, anything that they're dumping chemicals into regularly that gets into people's skin and bodies and lungs, replace that water with life-giving, clean, ozonated cleansed pools like they've been doing in Europe, and just copy what they've been doing in Europe for years. It's not complicated, okay? Humble yourself, realize the best is already here. The President himself has declared it by swimming in an ozonated pool at the White House. Why don't we just say this? Whatever cleansing system and clean fresh water system the President of the United States has at his private pool at his residence should be the same system that is implemented in public pools using the same public funds for all the people to access nationwide. Done. I've said exactly what should be done in all righteousness to the glory of God.